One day, I'll be gone. It may happen gradually, or maybe at the snap of a finger. That was on the nose. That was really on the nose. Ugh. Ugh. Anyway, hi, I'm Reese. And don't worry, I ain't going nowhere soon. Hope, hope. Hopefully. You know, right, Jesus?
Not if you keep acting like that.
Listen, people leave. People are gonna leave you, and you're gonna leave people. Wait, that sounded way more depressing than I meant it to be. What I meant was leaving doesn't have to be a bad thing. See, when a kid leaves for college, they're leaving an old chapter of their life behind for a new one. Or when a couple moves from an apartment to a house, yeah, right. This economy, they're leaving a smaller space for something a little bit more permanent. Or when someone gets relocated for a job, they are hopefully leaving for a job that's more fulfilling. So, leaving doesn't have to be bad until it is. Do you know what grief is? You're not gonna. Oh, you guys can't answer me. Duh. I'm sorry about that. Grief is the mourning of a severed connection, or, I like to think of it from that Vision quote from WandaVision, one of the most fire quotes of all time. What is grief if not love persevering? We're mourning the separation of a relationship where we used to. That's what grief is. When you can no longer have the connection with that person the way it was. And it comes in many forms for many reasons. Maybe a childhood best friend moved away. Or maybe you trusted someone so much, but they betrayed you. They betrayed that trust. Or maybe, like most of us, you were talking to someone and then, just like that, they're no longer on this earth. Or worse, you hadn't talked to them in a while because you thought they'd be there. So what do we do when that happens? What do we do when grief happens? When we need to grieve? Do we fall into a pit of our deepest emotions, our darkest emotions? Or maybe we find a way to numb the pain so we don't have to deal with it. Or maybe we bury it so deep inside of ourselves that we think there's no way it can come out now. I'm good. Or we can do my personal favorite, which is shout at the sky asking God, why? How could you do this to me? You know, for the past couple of years, I've had a lot of opportunity to think about people leaving. And I've come to a conclusion. Either I can drive myself absolutely insane, thinking about all the things I've lost, the people I've lost, the experiences I'll never have, or I can think about what I have to gain. I know some of y'all look at me crazy, like what could I possibly have to gain from loss, or someone leaving, from hurt, from grief? What could I possibly have to gain from that? I hear you, and I empathize. I sympathize. I can relate. I miss people too. I miss the conversations, the laughs, the hugs. I'm getting married this year, and there's people I wish was there. I would trade everything I got for them to be there, but they're not. They're not gonna be there, and they're not gonna be there when I have my first kid. They're not gonna be there when I buy my first house. They're not gonna be there when I really need their advice the way they tell it, the specific way they tell it. But what about what I do have left of them? Listen, God knows I miss them. But they've left me so much. Even if it was just perspective. Even if we didn't end on the best terms. The memories, I can't forget. The actions they took, the way they held themselves, the people they influenced us to be. That's what you hold on to. So feel. Feel all the feelings that come with losing somebody and feel it deeply and try to understand it. And then once you felt, grow. Use your hurt, your pain, your grief, your love to grow. And never stop trying to grow. And that's how we honor the relationships we've lost. That's the video. I'm done. I'm done talking about grief, guys. You guys still here? No? Okay. Well, the people who are here, like, comment, subscribe. Appreciate it. Thank you. Goodbye.